Welcome back to Hyperdrive Collections, and today I made a promise a while ago that I'm going to start showing some of my cabinetry and my displays. So today we are going to look at my G.I. Joe collection classified edition. This is my Cobra setup. I also have a Joe setup. I don't display everything at once. I like to take turns and sort of let the pieces speak for themselves. I do also like to have things spinning so you can get a good 360 of some of the individual pieces. Let's start out with some of the cabinetry that I did. So if I focus out here, you can see the cabinetry itself. There's a picture of the panels or the side rails of the cabinet, and this is all custom cabinetry built into my collector room. And I decided, instead of painting them, I thought I'd put panels of comic books, Dark Horse, Marvel, and I focus on G.I. Joe, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones. So anywhere that you look, you may see a favorite character or two along the way. Different panels. This is particularly a Star Wars area. And I like to have some of the cool old artwork in there like that. It's cool. So anyways, that's that. And of course, all the glass cabinetry, glass shelving and tap lights and everything, it's all adjustable. But let's start at the top. So I don't have a lot of room. I limit my G.I. Joe collection to this cabinet alone. And so I like to focus primarily on the characters that interest me most. I do not collect things. I'm not a completionist in this line, but I do like to army build, particularly anything Python Patrol or bat related. So there's my collection of bats. I've got a couple of mostly crimson bats, but also, Python bats rather, and the regular battle android trooper. So there's that. And then moving down here, I love my blues. And so, I try to make little dioramas and displays. I only have about maybe 6 or 7 blues. And I do have one Python officer goose stepping by. I thought that just kind of looked cool, and like I said, this month is this. Next month, I take it all down and do new shelving, and I'll share those with you as well. My primary focus in all of G.I. Joe, whether it's the vintage Hasbro line or the new one, I am a Crimson Guard, Tomax and Zaymot nut. I love this faction. I also love the Python Guard. And I thought also, Hydra. Hydra is one of my favorite factions in all of the Marvel universe. And Baron von Stucker always kind of looked like he could cross the line into Joe territory. And I've always kind of had this movie script in mind where Hydra and Cobra unite to finally, once and for all, defeat the Joes, and then fight it out amongst themselves afterwards. But Von Stucker is kind of in the middle. I just love this figure, and I thought he was kind of cool in this display. So once again, there's my Cobra, and I'm going to get a few more. And the other thing I'm also working on, I actually have 2 of these Python Guards. I've removed the Cobra logo, and I've actually put on the Hydra logo. So stand by for some of those custom updates as well. Then we get down into our first rotating shelf, and this is my favorite classified figure of all time happens to be Croc Master. And the name of the Croc, it just escaped me. I love her, and I can't think of it. It's a female name. I can't remember at the moment. But I know this figure peg-warmed, and you can buy it at all different kinds of discount stores, but what a set, man. What a set. I love the articulation on the Croc. Just fantastic. So when I do rotate my displays, I typically keep this one out just because I love it. And the rotating displays are great because you can really get a full 360 of everything that the figure or the set has to offer. Then moving down here is another great, I picked these up on clearance for like 14 bucks a piece, the Python Patrol Trouble Bubble. And I like the way, again, you can kind of see a full 360 of them. And that way you don't get tired of it. You can kind of see them. And hopefully the idea is for me not to overwhelm anybody who's looking at my collection with too much on the shelf. I like to have each piece sort of speak for itself. And I put a lot of time and money into making sure that each piece kind of is represented as the best it can. And again, another one of the all-time greats is Scrap Iron. This figure doesn't get enough love. This is, I think, maybe between this and Croc Master are just the 2 of my favorites. Fun fact, so in my house, I built my house 25 years ago. I had just gotten out of the service, and I purchased my house, and When we started building it, a lot of strange things happened in my house. And over the many years, many things go missing in my home. And from time to time, particularly in my collection room, things are sometimes inverted, or they are missing, or I find them in strange places. And the latest are the missiles for scrap iron. So I had the missiles coming out of the missile launcher, as most people would, and I come down one day and they are nowhere to be found. So I don't know. I'm not saying anything weird is happening other than, who took my missiles? I don't understand it. If anybody can offer a suggestion, that'd be great. But like I said, I've had many things go missing or be inverted or crazy things. And then finally, the bottom shelf here, please forgive the plugs. There's no real good way for me to cover up the plugs, so I just try to do what I can. This bottom shelf here is overflow boxes and things, but also you'll notice the 3 12-inch Red Ninja figures. And these figures are near and dear to me because I have 3 sons, all active duty in the Navy and all over the world. And when they were little, the 12-inch Joes were their absolute jam. And among them, of course, their favorites were the 3 Red Ninjas, one for each. And so here they are, always on display, my 3 Red Ninjas, to remind me of how fortunate I am that they serve and protect us all. So again, that's just my little sort of reference to them. But anyways, I'll just give you one more pan here. And again, I don't want the shelves to look bare, but I don't want them to be overflowing with too much. And I think, hopefully I've struck a nice balance. So again, here's sort of the shelf in general. I'll give you the ones up, and of course the lighting is all adjustable, and I can change, these lights can go in different colors and stuff, but I like basically just the yellow or the white light for brightness. But again, it's kind of cool. The rotating displays, I think, add a little something. And while I'm at it, please, there's 2 creators who really deserve a lot of credit for sort of forcing me to redo my shelf, and that is the Savage Land. He's a Joe, G.I. Joe Classified and Marvel X-Men creator who does some really awesome setups. His table series, What's on the Table, is just incredible. You should check those out because he has some unbelievable lighting, displays, dioramas. He's a huge army builder. I'm really envious of his collection. And the other one is another great guy. He's a rather new content creator like I am, and he's called the Stoned Mandalorian. And he does some other really cool, awesome displays and some really cool reviews. And they're both just overall really good YouTube dudes. And please give them a check. Stoned Mandalorian and the Savage Land. Thanks again for looking. I hope you like the displays, and let me know what you think.